Alright, welcome back to my round 2 game of GPT. I'm playing Temur Ramp against Cyber, who's on a Holcomb deck. And in case you don't know, first bait means that if you meet the condition, then you get to swap out this card with a card from your opening hand if you want to. And the condition is that you run 2 of everything. So yeah, it's sort of, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a meme deck or not, but definitely is funny. So, and I'm also on the play because, yeah, wonderful. So Turn Primary Surgeons is exactly what you want to see from this deck. Let's see how Cyber answers this. No, they don't answer it, but like, let's see how they respond to it. They can help Cosmic Synco for Drubatia, but it'd be nice if they like just play a cantrip on turn 1 so I don't have to play around counter spells. Wonderful. I guess they get to grab an Ico. Ico's pretty decent against me, right? Or maybe not. I mean, it's good against Twisted Master, but I don't think that's really that important. Yeah, they're probably just going to take Kaelin Whirlwind, unless they have another copy of it. Yeah, they do take Kaelin. Like, the good part about playing Ramp is that you get to run over mid-range decks like Cybers. Are they mid-range deck? They're like mid-range control-ish. Okay, anyways, here's turn 2 Drubatia. Yep. If you don't deal with this thing, I'm gonna play Verdant Sanctuary and ramp to 6 mana next turn, right? So, and then the turn after that, I get to threaten the ultimate. If they play any creatures, then I'm just gonna activate Drubatia and start gunning them down. Oh, they get to minus this thing. Second from top. Okay, I'm gonna draw it eventually, so I'm fine with that. I can't kill Hemley right away, but it shouldn't do too much while it's on board, because I'm not really a creature-based deck. Another Primal Resurgence, that's hilarious. Anyways, so what's the sequence here? Primal, Verdant, play Island, play Recall. Yeah, that's pretty good. So Primal Resurgence, tap these guys, float agreeing, play out Verdant Sanctuary, look at my sideboard, play out the Island from my sideboard. Let me just get this in the corner. Play out the Island from the sideboard. Play Recall Forgotten Aeons. Draw 2 cards, so that's Drubatia coming down soon. But did I play Crumbling Shrine? Actually, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, or, maybe I need Mountain, because next turn I get to ult Drubatia, or I get to play Drubatia and activate this guy. I don't think Crumbling Shrine matters too much. Like, I'm just gonna do it like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I have 7 mana right now, so... And Verdant Sanctuary guarantees my next land drop, although I already have land drops from hand. So if I top deck a Tyrant of Tributes, I can cast it. If I top deck really anything, I can cast it. And I don't think their deck deals very well. Well, no, they have Cosmic Synco, but yeah, Cosmic Synco kind of falls off when you have, or when the caster has 4 lands and your opponent has 7, and they miss the land drop. That's unfortunate. So they're probably holding up End of All Things or something like that, or Cosmic Synco. I think I just play Drubatia and activate this. Yeah, I just play Drubatia, activate, because I don't really have anything else to do, I think. And then I'll use... Well, actually, no, they have Kaelin Whirlwind, I remember. So they can Kaelin bounce Hemley. That's really annoying. Oh, well, I'll just ramp to a bunch of mana, and that'll make up for it, right? Right, so what am I actually doing here? I think I want to get Crumbling Shrine and Lumbering Hillock into play, because Lumbering Hillock especially, because it's going to be a really annoying thing to deal with at instant speed. They have End of All Things, which doesn't actually hit Lumbering Hillock, although they also have Alabadi, which does, so it doesn't really matter there. I think what to do here is I open up on Drubatia. Actually, I probably should have played my land drop beforehand so they can't respond to Drubatia. Well, if they end up all things this thing, I think I'm happy. I think it's more likely that they just Kaelin Whirlwind this thing, in which case, yeah, that's pretty good for me. And I still have Recall in Yard in case I need to use it. Wait, yeah, activate Drubatia. And I guess I play Crumbling Shrine and Lumbering Hillock because I want to get my mana lands on the board. Actually, I'll say Crumbling Shrine to like mill a card in order to get closer to Drubatia. So I'll play out actually I'll play out Lumbering Hillock first, because that's like I'm gonna play out no matter what happens. Okay, there's Kaelin Whirlwind. That's expected. But now that Drubatia is a 4/5, they can't really attack past it. So that's pretty good for me. So I still play Crumbling Shrine, even though I said earlier that I should do something like play another land so that I can use Crumbling Shrine to dig towards Drubatia. I mean, I have Recall, like I can use that to dig towards. Yeah, I've convinced myself. I'm just gonna play out my tap lands because better value, and I don't need Crumbling Surgeons, number 3. And here, so I'll pass, and then so next turn they play Emily minus the Drubatia, it goes away. They get to attack with Kaelin, that's annoying. And I'll try to cast Recall Forgotten Aeons. They get to keep bouncing Hemley. I can't really deal with a Hemley bounce, so my plan here is to just hope they don't have any counter spells and get myself to resolve a Time of Tributes or something. Oh, do I have a 4-drop? Is it going to be something that blows me out, Johnny Lighten? Okay, yeah, they can do that into Hemley. That's annoying. So they can plus a Johnny, which protects it from Drubatia. Yeah, there's Hemley. Like, alternatively, they can just Hemley my Verdant Sanctuary and put me off Druvagia mana, but no, they have to deal with Druvagia because otherwise it ults. So, I mean, at least I get to threaten, and like threatening an ult is pretty effective. And now they're tapped out, so I get to resolve Forgotten Aeons, or they can attack with Kaelin and bounce Hemley. Actually, no, they can just minus the Verdant Sanctuary too, and that, I mean, that's fine, I think. Yeah, if they want to waste Hemley on a Verdant Sanctuary, feel free. Or no, they had to pay for it, right? Okay, what do I draw? Another Verdant Sanctuary. Well, that's gonna be discard fodder, I guess. I can actually kill a Johnny here by animating Lumbering Hillock. Or can I animate Lumbering Hillock plus Crumbling Shrine this turn? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Lumbering Hillock, and then 1, 2. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Should I do that? I mean, they can Hemley my Crumbling Shrine, but like, so it kills a Johnny for 1. I think that's really good. No, Kaelin gets bounced. Yeah, a Johnny's not gonna get answered because Kaelin's there. And attacking a Johnny will force a Kaelin bounce, which doesn't actually help me, right? Or Johnny being on the field is really annoying for me, so I probably should just like force a bounce. Yeah, probably should do that. So I can do that after casting Recall, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I can't. Or can I? No, I can't. I think playing Recall is better for me because because it just gets a big thing on board, and also draws into Druvagia, which I can play immediately. So that forces them to deal with 2 things. Do they have a board wipe? They have Setting Sun, but I don't think they want the Setting Sun their own Kaelin. So if they do Setting Sun, I think I'm pretty happy. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So cast Recall Forgotten Aeons. It resolves because they're tapped out with some Masswork. So that's fetching Time Tribute soon. Or actually, no, it can fetch Big Slug, and Big Slug is a really annoying thing for them to deal with. Anyways, now I get land drops or days. In fact, I just get to play all my lands. So I'm just gonna play out Druvagia, and that gets me one more land drop. How much mana am I at right now? I'm not gonna count. But yeah, more mana helps me here, so I should just keep it like this. And I'll pass the turn and just force them to have an answer to this board. If they want to wipe the board, then feel free, because it deals with Kaelin, and Kaelin's the most annoying thing for me to deal with right now. I guess they can like Hemley into Hemley, so Hemley minus 2 times, but that kind of just Holcomb. Okay, sure. What does that guy do? I guess it lets him draw some cards? Yeah, sure, but like, why are you not? Sure. Do you have an answer to Druvagia or something? Is there an instant speed way to wipe out all my creature lands? I don't think so. Oh wait, they didn't have enough. No, they can Johnny plus to play Hemley. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're forced to Hemley minus Druvagia because otherwise I just ult it next turn and then they die, I think. So unless they have End of All Things, no, they don't have enough mana for End of All Things. Or no, they can Johnny plus and get an End of All Things, but then they're not playing Hemley, so I'm pretty happy because I can just activate Druvagia and start machine gunning down stuff. And then they're kind of forced to use. They have to decide what to bounce with Kaelin because they can only bounce one thing, and I get to swing in with Druvagia and start threatening their life total. Oh, do they have end of body experience? That would make sense too. Embodied Soul. I mean, sure. Embodied Soul plus Hemley. I guess yeah, that kind of works. Yep. Okay, so at least I still get a Recall Forgotten Aeon that I'm swinging with. Embodied Soul gets flying. So they're tapped out, which means I get to play Big Slug, and they have to lose a bunch of things. Oh, yep. Actually, if I twist a Masswork, I shuffle away Druvagia, but I think that's fine. Guess what? Like I wreck half their board. They're gonna bounce Kaelin bounce right away. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So like I was saying, Timber range. Actually, do I just like fetch Druvagia and start machine gunning stuff? Nah. I think Time of Tributes is probably the best thing here because it attacks their mana pretty nicely. You know, like fetch Time of Tributes. They're at an odd number of permanents, which is perfect because now they have to sack 5 things, and that's gonna be a really tough decision for them. And then once they're done sacking, I get to 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 mana. Getting this with I have 3 mana left, which I can't do anything with, but that's fine. Or do I just keep waiting on the Twisted Masswork? What's the worst thing that can happen? Spell periods, Cosmic Sinkholes. They can't get a big enough Cosmic Sinkhole to threaten me. Okay, but if I don't like Twisted Masswork out the big thing this turn, then I'm not doing anything, so I probably should just Twisted Masswork out the big thing. Just Tyrant Tributes or Big Slug. Tyrant Tributes is always better here, right? Big Slug kills 2 things, makes a 3/3, but it gets answered by Hemley pretty nicely. Yeah, and Tyrant doesn't get answered by Hemley because if they like Tuck Tyrant, I'm happy to draw again. In fact, I think I should. Is there anything I'm fetching with Timber range? Nah. But yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Let's see how they deal with this thing. First time tributes. There we go. So yeah, have fun. Technically, they can Kalen bounce one of their things to make it so that they sack 4. They're probably gonna do that. So they have to sack 4 things. So they probably just sack their board plus 1 land, because if they sack any more lands, then it puts them pretty far behind. And I think afterwards, I'm just gonna play out my final land from the Burn Sanctuary, because lands in hand are good for Alexa because they're discard fodder. And that gets me to 4 mana, so I can animate Crumbling Shrine end of turn and start attacking down if they do anything, or don't answer my board, or do answer my board. It doesn't really matter what they do. So they bounce a Johnny. Yeah, that's fine. So what? 2 things plus 2 lands. Yeah, that's pretty good outcome for me. Okay, yeah, that's so they did that, and I get to whack in with Recall Forgotten Aeons, which is nice. I'm assuming they don't block with Kaelin because like they didn't sack her, so why would they block with her now? Although to be fair, it's a pretty scary clock, I think. They chump with Kaelin, huh? Interesting. I guess they have another Kaelin in hand or something. Anyways, Verdant Sanctuary is all spent, so any further Verdant Sanctuaries are kind of useless. Just gonna do some cleanup. Let's see what my opponent does. So they can play a Johnny and then plus, and still have 3 mana afterwards if they have a land drop. So maybe they have Kaelin number 2 or something. Also, Drubadia is still coming off the top of my deck, right? Because I haven't shuffled. No, I shuffled it away. Okay, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, so they need to deal with my board because I'm threatening a lot of damage. Or if they don't answer anything and don't play anything, then I threaten lethal with Crumbling Shrine. Then, yeah, even if I don't top deck anything, I still have a pretty good turn next turn. 3 mana, is this... Oh, it's a recall. Yeah, that's not going to be very helpful because it's a bit too slow right now. But, like, I'm happy about that because it means that I don't have any fast answers. Okay, so I think now they're going to just play Hemlia minus because they need to in order to not die. Are they at 3 mana now? Yeah, off the recall. And they still die to, End of All Things? Yeah, probably End of All Things, but, so End of All Things hits these guys, but it doesn't hit this guy. So unless it's End of All Things plus Outbody, oh, maybe Children of the Clouds? I mean, that's, but then that's just a bunch of chumps, and I get to go again next turn. But maybe it gives them time to stabilize. Okay, I'm drawing lands now. But that's fine, like I already said that lands are fine top decks, or no, they're not fine top decks, but I'm alright if I draw lands. Anyways, let's see what answers they have. They don't have any instant speed board wipe, so I don't have to play around that at least. Not that I don't, okay, let's see what they do. I think most likely it is going to be a Children of the Clouds. A single end of all, does a single end of all things stop me? It is Children. All right. Actually, they can. Oh, it's only Children's for 2. Yeah, this is not great for them. So they block 10 damage. They still get whacked down. Still get whacked for 7. So they need. I guess they can wipe the board next turn. That would actually be pretty bad because Lumbering Hillock doesn't actually do lethal by its own or on its own. All right. In that case, yeah, I'm really hoping that I top deck something eventually. Because if I get board wipe here, that'd be pretty embarrassing. I should have kept that back Crumbling Shrine. That'd helped. Yeah, maybe, because then I would have been able to threaten 7 damage from the back line. I pick and counter. Oh, right. Why are they fetching? They can't... What can they even cast? Obsidian. Oh, that gives them a lot of mana. Yeah, that they can Children of the Clouds now, right? For a bunch. Hopefully they don't have their second Children. Is it going to be... Well, it's not going to be Children, because if they had Children, they'll be playing at instant speed. Or maybe it is Children? Instant speed Children feels weird, though. It seems like it's a Johnny plus... Oh, they get the untapped Dina. Okay, yeah, that's troublesome. Hopefully they don't... So now it's just up to what they have in hand. Children of the Cloud. Okay, yep. Okay, that's... What can I do? So, best top deck here will be Twisted Masterwork, because I attack with Tyrant. They're not going to play into that. Okay, so... This top deck here is, what is it? Field Tender is alright, but not great. If attack with everything, they can use Children to trade. Is that a good? No, I think that's a good outcome if they use Children to trade stuff off, because it makes Twisted Masterwork a live top deck. And it also makes Alexa a live top deck because Alexa gets back Twisted Masterwork. And Field Tender lets me make some creatures at least. And like small creatures are probably decent here. Either ways, I animate Lumbering Hillock and swing with everything at face and see how they react. If they want to trade stuff off, I think I'm pretty happy. Yeah. Or actually, Field Tender can get back Lumbering Hillock and Crumbling Shrine. Yeah, that's actually quite funny. Anyways, yeah, everything goes face. I'm not dealing with the Johnny. Let's see if they trade or chump. I think they're just chumping. Oh no, they're trading. Alright, that's good. Alright, sure. So now I get to play Field Tender and surprise them with suddenly playing Crumbling Shrine from Graveyard. I actually get to see what's on top. Ooh, Sign of Flourishing. I think that's going on top, right? Yeah, that's definitely going on top. Actually, I should have fetched Timber Range with Timber Range first. Yeah, Yeah, well, I guess it's a bit late for that. I guess we're just, or maybe it's arguable because it gives me the land drop for Sign of Flourishing. Well, anyways, what this implies, now that they know Sign is on top, is that they need to deal with my board because they're gonna get trample next turn. Yeah, so next turn I play Scion. I fetch with Timber Range, fetch a forest. Play Timber Range again, fetch another forest. Assuming I have enough forests left in deck. And then try to kill them. Assuming that this much mana doesn't kill me at first. They have a bunch of Seek Prophecy. No, that's not the one with flashback. Okay, so I'm just gonna hope that they're elf stuff in hand. Like, they only have Children of the Clouds, so they're elf children's at least. What other big payoff thingy do they have? End of all things? I guess that deals with recall, right. That draws them into more stuff. So I just have to hope they don't draw into anything. Also, I'm gonna have to remind myself to animate Crumbling Shrine end of turn. Oh, I actually have exactly enough mana to do that. Huh, that's funny. Yeah, so that starts a lot of damage on board with Sign of Flourishing. Then it's just up to them to see if they have enough ways to not die to that. They can Setting Sun me, I guess, and so that wipes both sides of the board, which is actually not bad for me because then I animate Crumbling Shrine and Lumbering Hillock and start swinging at their face, and they die in 2 turns to that. Aratha, interesting. And they're playing it untapped. Yeah, sure. I'll crack the clue later once I have spare mana. Oh, apparently, okay, sure. They pass. So and they what? Are they holding up End of All Things? I mean, yeah. If they're holding up End of All Things, I don't think that really matters too much because they can't instant speed any Wrath. So if they manage to stop my lethal attack, I'm not gonna think that far. All right, so let's go with my plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Lumbering Hillock gets animated. Oh, are they holding Cosmic Sinkhole? We need to play around that. God, if they're holding Cosmic Sinkhole, that's gonna be really annoying. Well, if they are, then I can tap my creature lands to play around that. So okay, I don't have to worry about that at least. So let's see if this resolves. Okay, they're responding to the ETB trigger. Are they gonna End of All Things in response? That would be what makes sense. Oh, what does that do? I guess they can do sack tutor. What can they tutor for though? Gain 5 and tutor. So okay, sure. I wonder if does that save them? I'm not sure if it does. Oh, they can L body here. So that kills Tire of Tributes, I guess. Unless they're gonna L body the Sign of Flourishing response. Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna fetch a response. Let's see. So I have one more forest left in the deck. Maybe I should have played Mysterious Cataract there, so I can fetch twice in response. Well, it's a bit too late for that, but so yeah, Aetherized trigger. Everyone gets buffed. So now this guy goes away, and just gonna assuming this happens. So that's a pretty scary board, and they're tapped out right now. Yeah, so do I have lethal right now? I also get some peasant triggers. How does this work? I also need to get 2 peasant triggers. So I think the first peasant gets 2 counters, and the second peasant gets 1 counter. Yeah. Is it lethal? Well, I'm not gonna count. I'm just gonna bring out. Okay, they can see it before then. That's convenient. Okay, so what do I need to board? They have graveyard stuff, right? Like they have 2 graveyard things. I think that's not enough graveyard stuff for me to bring in Sack Bowl. Earthbreaker doesn't actually kill what it's supposed to, because like they're mono planeswalkers right now, right? It's planeswalkers plus Kaling, which both don't die to Earthbreaker, so that's coming out. What's my answers to planeswalkers? Exclamation Grove Sculptor, which is quite good for that purpose, so I'm keeping that in. Armorar is also great because they also have lots of things that I can kill with that. Do I bring Solar First to deal with planeswalkers? Maybe. What do I bring out? Burn Sanctuary because it's going to be a long game. I'll bring out one of the Field Tenders, guess. Or do I? I bring out Seeker here? That feels wrong, but maybe it's right. Yeah, maybe I won't draw. Maybe I won't have to do the turn 2. I really don't want to do turn 2 with a Massive Wreck because there's so many better Massive Wreck targets. So yes, I will bring out a Seeker. And what's my final cut? Or do I need to do a final? Ramsey's kind of weak in this matchup. All right, let's run this back. And Primary Resurgence to Drubagia plus some lands. That's exactly what you want to see. So I'm gonna keep. Might come back to bite me, but whatever. So I'm assuming I'm gonna go Forest to Drubagia. So what do I'm probably fetching a red dual land. So I'll be using Timber Range, I guess. Or no, I use Mysterious Cataract because I definitely want to fetch my second, or I'm more likely to want to fetch a basic mountain than a basic island. That's like a nuance when you're playing a deck that you don't really realize until you play with it for a bit. because since you're running single fetchables for a lot of things, sometimes fetch order does matter. Recall, that's extremely good, because now I have a follow-up after Drubadia, in case Drubadia fails to resolve, I mean. So they can help Cosmic Synco here. Oh, that's a lot of... Yeah, that's going to be really good. Let me actually look at their sideboard, because I haven't looked. Okay, so they do have Steel Pandemonium. They're hard counters. Do I play out Recall first, because they're better when they're countered? Like, what? Let me think. So if I try to Recall first, and that gets countered, I'm happy about that. But if I think I do play Drubadia first. Like, what's the chances they have a counter that hits Recall? Or I mean Drubadia. Like, it has to be exactly Cosmic Synco, or no, it's literally just Cosmic Synco. They have some more stuff. Like, they have stuff that hits non-creatures. So yes, I will lead on Drubadia. Flourishing Crevasse. Let's see how they react to this. They let it happen. Wonderful. I guess they end up trying to kill this. That's still a good exchange for me, right? Because they ramp me by 1 and force them to use a removal spell. Or no, they're not. They are. Alright, but that's still fine. Like, they have to deal with this flying thing eventually. It's actually going to be really annoying because it's going to harass their planeswalkers. Holcomb. Yeah, sure. Lex. Ooh, no, I can't. I can't get back Drubadia because that thing exiles. But I can Alexa back Recall Forgotten Aeons. That's worth anything. Should I just try to get rid of Holcomb? I don't think I can do that very easily, at least. There really isn't a reason for me to not fetch my duels with Timber Range because Lumberjack Hillock is in play. I'm just gonna spend some more life. Hopefully, it doesn't matter too much. Fetch my Luster Oasis. Now I get to play Recall Forgotten Aeons. Let's see what I draw. Field Tender. Yeah, that's a way to access extra land drops. The Solar Flare, which kills Holcomb. Do I want to deal with Holcomb now? I think the answer is yes. Is there anything else I'm saving Solar Flare for? Planeswalkers, but none of them die to a single Solar Flare except Hemley. Alternatively, I can chain together some Recall Forgotten Aeons. Does that do anything? I don't want... but they might bring in Baham, which will exile 2 things, so I don't want both my Recalls to get sniped. And I do want to save some life at least, so... Yeah, I guess I'll just kill Holcomb now. Or at least use this opportunity to kill Holcomb. And yeah, knock them for 1. Pass the turn. So next turn I get Alexa plus Field Tender, which should get me a bunch of ramp. It's going to pull all the fetch spells out of my deck really quickly, and also exhaust my life total pretty quickly because the fetch lands. Yeah, Johnny, sure. 0 Johnny, do I draw? No, I have everything I want in hand right now. I shouldn't be drawing. And they're going to tap. Okay, wonderful. Doesn't die to Lumberjack Hillock, but whatever. Oh, Burn Sanctuary. Okay, yeah, that makes everything a lot easier. Although I probably still want to get Field Tender out because it lets me spam the board with creatures, and those things are really annoying for Johnny to deal with. But that kind of requires a board wipe from them, and they're kind of low on board wipes, right? Yeah, so basically, it's a play here. Field Tender, fetch, Alexa, plus Alexa, play out 2 things from yard, and then play Burn Sanctuary. And they don't have End of Days, so they can't blow up both enchantments and creatures at the same time. Yeah, seems solid. Right, whack face. 2, 3. Well, actually, wait, I can recall because I have 1 more mana than I thought I did because of Farming Resurgence. Nice. Well, I still want to play stuff tapped because I don't want to lose too much life, right? Do I? Well, I should try just to fetch all my off colors off the divide right now. Let's see. I get to play 2 things. They'll both hit me, so down to 15. I get to recall and then out some more things. I think I do want to do that. Like, the only bad outcome for me is Sandrine's Command, or actually I don't want to lose super hard to Sandrine's Command. Yeah, I'll play it safe. So Alexa plus, and start running lands from the yard. And, well, actually, how many Wayfarer Shrines do I run? I'm asking this question now, but okay, I do run 4 Wayfarer Shrines, so I don't want to blow out. Actually, no, it literally doesn't matter because I'm already out of non-basic fetchables, so yes, I will this. And I want to fetch out all my non-forest basics because they're more fetchable by the fetch lands. Yeah, play out Burn Sanctuary and pass the turn. So very threatening board right now. I mean, not threatening in a traditional sense, but threatening to ramp really hard if you don't deal with this. Next turn I just get to recall Forgotten Aeons, and that's probably the best play because it conserves most of my resources and prevents me from losing super hard to Grave Hate. Because if I get both recalls in my yard and they both get exiled, I'm low on value. Yeah, I'm not gonna give my opponent draws when I have everything I need. Although I already just said that, didn't I? I need to just clean up my lands a bit. They pass, probably holding up Sandrine's Command or Children of the Clouds. Children would blow up me out pretty hard, so I'll like not attack the Field Tender. And actually, Children would just kill Alexa straight up. More lands. Okay, well that's discard fodder, so I don't mind. Also, like Field Tender is kind of useful. Field Tender is not very useful now that Verdant Sanctuary in play. Yeah, I think I probably can't afford to swing with it. 1, 2, 3, 5. Actually, I'll play Recall Recombat. I can get all my Field Tender triggers before then. So yeah, are you holding Cosmic Sinkhole? Because I guess this will be a pretty good Cosmic Sinkhole. But I think I'll be fine with that outcome because that means, or maybe it's some other counter spell. Okay, now I'm actually really hoping it's not Cosmic Sinkhole because I could have played around that. Actually, yeah, why did I not play around that? I could have just played another land out pre-combat, or I mean pre-casting this thing. God, yeah, I messed up. Well, at least that ate up a Cosmic Sinkhole, right? That's something at least. Anyways, so now that they're tapped out, that means it's pretty safe for me to swing in. That means I should swing in. Yeah. Okay, so now what? Just plus Alexa and play 2 things, right? Yeah, because I did not play out my turn very nicely. But actually, no, I have no untapped blue source because this is not great. I'm misplaying really hard. Maybe this is correct because I want to be able to recall and coalesce on the same turn to play around Grave Hate. Asking me for another draw? Nope. Alright, there's the board wipe. They had to tap out for it, so next turn's free ever. Okay, what's on top? Recall Forgotten Aeons. This the third one? Yeah. I'll do it like this. Okay, recall. Let's see what I draw. More lands. 2, 4, 5, 7. Actually, I'll do it like this. 1, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let's recall Forgotten Aeons. Oh, there's action. So what do I do now? I think I just play out all my lands. Oh, first of all, I'll play out Crumbling Shrine to see what's on top. Ooh, that's really nice. Keeping that on top. Okay. How many land drops do I have remaining? Well, whatever number I was at before, I have one more than that. So, guess I play Forest and Recall again. Oh, I need to shuffle if I want to recall. Okay, yeah, I think I've done enough this turn. So basically what's going to happen next turn is I'm going to try to Twisted Masterwork for Time of Tributes. If they counter it, I'll Twisted Masterwork for it next turn again. Actually, maybe Reclamation Grove Sculptor would be better. It's going to turn off something eventually. Ico. Sure. Actually, it deals with Recall pretty nicely. Alexa. Oh, they're trying to prevent the Alexa ult. I didn't even know this because I wasn't really worried about Alexa ult. Okay, they're finally starting to tap stuff Johnny, which is not great for me because that means I actually have things to do now. Maybe let me draw my recall or some masterwork. I mean, how many things do I have left in my board? 1 forest. I probably should fetch with Mysterious Cat before I literally run out of fetchables, right? Yeah, probably. It also lets me see what I have left in my deck. I'll do it. So I have 2 more forests. Good to know. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have enough for Twisted Masterwork plus Reclamation Grove Sculptor plus Alexa, or just getting Alexa back from exile. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So 1, 2. Do I just try to kill Ico with Slumbering Hillock? Because like if they get to Ico minus, that turns off by Twisted Masterworks. Well, they definitely have an answer for recall, right? They could also have Sandrine's Command, which deals with 2 creatures. If I do that, I attack with Slumbering Hillock plus recall. Both my guys get wiped. And then after that, I play. Oh, yeah, I can do that. All right, I'll go with that then. So play here is animate Lumbering Hillock, then swing Lumbering Hillock at Ico in order to get them to tap out. Actually, no, I'll swing both things at Ico because Ico is really threatening right now. If they let Ico die, I think that saves me a Reclamation Grove Sculptor. Yeah, I'll go with that logic. So let's see if they have an answer to this, or if they're just gonna let Ico die. Okay, yeah, they do. That's exactly what I expected. I'm gonna sack Lumbering Hillock because I might be able to bring it back later in the game if Field Tender ever ends up on the board again. I think actually, if I let their board survive, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think I'm kind of committed to doing this play, so go for it. So Twisted Masterwork. Let's get out Time of Tributes. They have exactly 8 things, so they're gonna sack an even number, or they have an even number of things. So not the best tire trigger, but it does force them to sack a lot of things. So I mean, I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, and they're going down to 2 lands plus a Johnny, which puts them at 4 mana. But less mana for them is better for me. Is I mean, pretty obvious conclusion. I'm gonna play Alexa and minus to get back Twisted Masterwork. Like they can minus Ico in order to turn off Twisted Masterwork, but then they have the board is kind of bad if they do that. I'll do that. I'm not that worried about the Ico ult, I think. Even though I am kind of committed to, or like, even though I kind of committed to it, Like, yeah, they can minus Ico, but that doesn't deal with time attributes. They could minus Ico and have a removal spell, but then now I get to play Reclamation Grove Sculptor and start mana screwing them. I guess turn off a Johnny if they get this thing onto odd number. I think they're kind of forced to minus 3 Ico to just wipe the board. Nope, they're gonna... Oh, are they gonna bounce a Johnny? They're gonna... weird. Guess they have a removal spell for Tyrant. Is it gonna be exile-based removal, or is it just normal removal? Because, like, if it's normal removal, I get to Tyrant again. Okay, I mean, sure. You do know that Twisted Masterwork surges from Yard, right? Or did you have a 1-mana Gravepage spell or something? I guess they're like gonna fetch Lil Pig and go up to 5 lands again, but then yeah, now I just get to Tyrant them again. Or actually no, I could just minus Alexa and get back Tyrant and save a Twisted Masterwork. I think I want to keep Alexa around, so I'm just gonna Alexa plus. Or actually, I can activate. I can Reclamation Grove Sculptor and Twisted Masterwork back Tyrant this turn. That's really nice. Yeah, I'll go for that. So that gets rid of Ico. They're starting to realize. All right. Anyways, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yep, time for Tyrant round 2. This time you have odd number of permanents, so extra Tyrant value. They're just gonna sack a bunch of lands. All right, sure. And I played Reclamation Grove Sculptor here to kill Ico, right? Yeah, that seems correct. Oh, I did not. Well, anyways, I'll just give them extra information. Doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I gained more life than I should have, right? We're at 7 things, so they should have sacked 4 things, right? Yeah, I'm losing track of what's happening. Yeah, they sacked 4 things. Okay. Anyways, plus Alexa, with Mysterious Cataract, and because that's fetching my last forest, pass the turn. So if they don't do anything, next turn I'm fetching Big Slug and massacring them even more. So they're gonna, let's see what they play. Emily, okay, that's good. It deals with Tyrant by making it recastable, but maybe they don't know about that. I mean, no, if they Hemley the Tyrant, I'm just gonna recall and then cast Tyrant again because it's gonna be funny. Well, they can just perma-tap down Tyrant. Okay, yeah, that also works. They play out Big Little Pig, sure. And I'm gonna fetch now just to make sure that I don't draw my only. Oh, I didn't need to fetch here. Another Alexa, cool. So I think the play here is Alexa minus get back Twisted Masterwork, discarding the Wayfarer Shrine. No, I think I discard Recall maybe. I don't think it really matters what I do at this point, though. If I attack down Hemley, it's probably not worth it. I'm just gonna attack face. Although Johnny's like still alive for some reason. Anyways, so minus Alexa, ditch the Wayfarer Shrine for Twisted Masterwork. Play Twisted Masterwork, yell Big Slug, make them sack a land, swing Tyrant at face. That seems pretty solid. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I could fetch Giant Flourish. Yeah, whatever. Fetching this Big Slug feels better because it makes me think less. It's enchantment and non-basic land artifact. Okay, I get 2 smaller slugs, and it forces them to sack a non-basic. I'm gonna try to avoid overextending, so I'm not gonna attack with, or I'm not gonna also play out. Actually, no, I probably should play out Recall. Yeah, I should have. Okay, well, I'm gonna play it now. Hey, Field Hitter can get back Halak eventually if I make it past this turn. Anyways, I'm lacking face. Maybe I should have whacked Hemley because like the only way I lose this game is if they board wipe, and Hemley makes it more likely for them to get board wipe. I think it's mostly just minor, but whatever. If they board wipe, I just Twisted Masterwork back Tyrant and Tyrant them again. I think, yeah. So they're gonna Hemley. What would you tuck? Oh, shuffle. Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe we should have attacked down Hemley. And that's GG. Alright, that definitely took a while. Yeah, it seems like my deck just magic all over them. Definitely should have minus towards Ico. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, just realizing that Tyrant was in Yard and I had Twisted Masterwork in hand, because that just means that I'm definitely going to Tyrant again next turn, so unless you do something about that, you're just gonna get Tyranted. But yeah, so that's 1-1 so far in the GP, which means I still have a chance of making top cut if I win the next 2 rounds. So yeah, hopefully I do that.